Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We got a good show for us. Hey, Ruff, Jester, how's it going, guys?
Not too bad. Yeah. Not too bad.
Good to hear. Jester, you're looking a little red for some reason. What's up with that?
The wife decided that we were going to end up going to the beach this morning. So we went to the beach for 4 or 5 hours, just got back a little bit ago, and my face is all red. It's on fire, and wow. But it was a good day at the beach, so I'm not going to complain.
So, Ruff, you go to the beach?
It's winter over here. What do you expect me to do? I told you, in the UK, Douglas, we're still waiting for our summer to start. So we'll get a couple of weeks at the end of July, maybe one in August, and then that's it. Put our coats on again.
Yeah. They can't decide what to do here. We're 70 today, but we were like 50 2 days ago. So, yeah.
God, blimey.
I can't make it to what you can understand, Ralph, that whatever centigrade or Celsius, whatever.
So I understand Fahrenheit, as a scientist, I deal in Celsius, but
okay.
But I understand Fahrenheit. Yeah, I can do the calculation in the head.
Well, looks like we got the normal crew. Big Board got in on first.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev, Mike,
hi, everyone.
Horseman, Beat Cafe, Fred, Douglas, Bo.
Must be terrible TV on tonight. Wow, he doesn't give us enough credit, I tell you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, I've got something for a little bit later.
Looks
and
like
for those of you,
good.
I just got a letter.
You've been buying from that adult shop again, haven't you? I'm not sure if it's going to be, okay for the stream.
Well, in your neck of the woods, it'd be okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're free and easy.
We'll go black in the U.S. and then just leave it live in the U.K. So
yeah, we'll go. Oh, is that
Chester, you can figure that out, right? You can.
I got it. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm wearing my British flag. Oh, wait, no. Russ, what's your shirt say? My T-shirt is.
Oh, yep. No, we do a golf clap.
Everyone that has a shirt that was sent to them by Gregory M. Smith, please raise your hand. Poor old Tony. So that'll teach you to miss a stream.
Well, while you guys were talking, I was playing, so we're just going to go with that.
And I might be missing one in July.
Because you'll be playing, yep.
Because I'll be playing. If it's going ahead, it looks like it might have sold. I think there's 75 ticket maximum. It's in somebody's shed, so there can't have too many people in there. So, and up to about 50 now. So we'll
that's
see.
cool. Yeah, me and Big Board were trying to push back the Carthaginians, and we came close, but didn't quite do it. So
I'm not sure what to do, whether to take, because it's me and the Blue Tweezers are going as a couple, so tongues will wag, and I'm not sure if if he's bringing something along or we're joining, because a lot of the games are already full up, and I'm thinking, oh, all right then. So we'll try and get a sort of multiplayer game and see if we can start one, maybe a bit of GBOH or something. I don't know, something that makes you think. Or
you'll be brain fried afterwards. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'm looking forward to it. Especially if there's a bar.
It's really fun, especially when you get to see what everybody else is kind of playing. It's kind of fun to watch everybody else play. So one of the games that they were playing was Empire in Arms, and this just reminded me. So Mitch Land was playing Spain, and he had taken over Portugal. And I said, "Oh, you got Portugal?" He's like, "No, I've got Spain West." So, or Western Spain. Sorry, it's not Portugal; it's Western Spain. So,
good grief.
A couple more late guys showing up. So we got to start getting here on time, guys. We're going to start taking attendance at 4:00. If you're not here, there'll be punishments. Yep,
it's a great lower. I'll mark you tardy.
Oh, Wardrobe, he finally showed up. So, no special guests this week. We tried to get our good friend.
Come on, is that good a friend? Come on.
Yeah, I've had so much. I think my brain's a little fried from the sun.
Being out in the sun.
I really can't concentrate. So
Jason Carr.
Yes, thank you,
Jason. All right.
I was going to get there the long way and talk about our good friend Mike Butter Jelly, and then how he was going to introduce us to good old Jason and set us up with them, but then everything fell through until probably mid-June, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
if Tony could make it back, because I'm hearing Tony's taking another leave of absence. He submitted his paperwork to HR department, and he's going to be off a couple weeks again.
No, just one. Just one.
No, we decided it's 2 weeks. If you're having a week, we're just going to. We've got people lined up,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Take the month off.
Oh, thanks, Ralph. I appreciate that.
No, I might be taking one off in July, as I say, for this convention in Clapham, in good old London.
Yeah, see, Jezza has the point right there. Not again, part-timer. Yeah.
I didn't realise Jezza's got a YouTube channel.
I didn't know he did either.
I come across it by accident, and I'm thinking, Jez, you dark horse, you. Miniatures and things.
Good evening, Jack. Good evening, host. Wish you all the best. Oh, Jay, that's so nice.
They're so polite over there, aren't they?
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Good to see a lot of the regular familiar faces this week. So thank you all for coming out.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's only been a week, but man, it seems like it's been a couple weeks. This was a rough week for me.
Definitely been a rough week for me. Yeah.
Probably because I had like 4 live streams that I scheduled this week.
Right. I've been under the weather. I haven't done anything this week, and I apologise. So, just couldn't. Well,
I reached over 500 subscribers on my channel finally. I'm at 501 today.
Right.
Yep.
Well done.
Yep. I got to thank Big Board for that.
I don't know how much it's costing. It must be costing him a fortune.
He wants to thank Big Board, Ruff. He had 97 when we found him. He had 97 when we found him.
You know, he's in single figures.
We were scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Well done, mate.
No, I know it. I know a lot had to do with this, and you guys. I just had to give. I had to give it to you. To that. So I was at 498 last night, and I woke up this morning and I was at 501. So good. I was like, pretty happy on that one. So
that's a great, when you first start, it's like get to 10. You think, 10, great. And then you get to 50, and then you get your first 100, and you think, what are these daft people? Who are they? And then the next one is like 500, isn't it? That's a biggie. So yeah, well done, mate.
I'll tell you what, the Mrs. Thatcher's War really has gotten a lot of views to that game, so it seems to be a game that people want to see.
It's not on it's not on YouTube very much.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait until all that dies down, and then I'll get you out.
Yeah, do it, and then definitely. Yeah. So I definitely I was looking at the at my just kind of my analytics on that, and that seems to be a pretty big one. So.
Yeah.
Bring him down to 499 again.
Yeah. All right. We take it back. We all take it back. Yeah.
Yeah, no time at all in my niche little hobby with 500 subscribers. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to end of term at school, so I have big plans this summer. I'm getting a lot of content out, and I might spread it out like recorded, then just schedule it out later. So it's not like bam. That way, Dan Panducci can not get inundated by my videos or whatever it is. So you know how that is.
To get back on this, I say I've forgotten what I was doing, and people were saying this means this rough. This it was great because I'm not telling you how to play the game. I want people. I want to, if I make mistakes, tell me. So by the end of the turn, by the end of the game, I know how to play it. So and they've been very kind and gentle, which is what you want, isn't it? You say, well, that means they should have done you can do that. All right, okay, I've made all notes, so I've got to carry on with that. But that's what I'm doing weekly, so I can get the feedback, because this game is, for mistakes is bonkers, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, so, and you're just going to make them. It's just the way it is.
But I want to do it so I get told, and I go, right, so-and-so told me, thank you for telling me that. I'll make sure I'll get it right for next time. So as I say, by the end of the thingy, I can actually play it, and then go and play something that I can play without, and then do like blocks like you're doing again. So I can get a few under me.
Yeah, and one thing I've kind of looked at is trying to keep my videos under about 30 minutes. I used to just put on whatever as long as I wanted the video, but I'm just going to start trying to put it under 30 minutes. That seems to be a good. People will get through a little bit more. So yeah.
If you're going for clicks per view and all that malarkey, then yeah. But because now it never used to happen. When you went to a video and watched a bit of it and then went back, you started from the beginning. But now it remembers where you were.
Yeah.
So I think it's not so important, because if they watch it for 10 minutes, they can come back and pick it up for another 10 minutes. It just affects your analytics a little bit. Whereas if you do a 20-minute video or a 5-minute AAR or something, then somebody's going to watch that and watch it all the way.
We have the master of the 5-minute AAR on the channel.
I don't know.
Right now, Mr. Big Board.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what he did. He's doing that thing on the Lock and Load Tactical, which, pretty interested in. I'll tell you what, the one module I'd be interested in is actually the Falklands one. I think that would be because it's more modern than Vietnam, so I think that could be very, very
I think that's the only one really I want. I've got all the rest. The other, I know Kev likes it, the modern day one with the squares rather than the
that's like the Mogadishu and
thingy down, all that sort of thing. The helicopters crashed. That one. Black Hawk Down. Yeah.
I've got too many tactical games, anyways. That
I've got them all apart from that and the modern Russian.
Oh yeah, the Third World War type. Yeah.
But then I got
that's. I mean, they look fun and their component quality is great. I love the maps, and I guess that's why I've gone to the Nations at War series, because it's different. It's platoon instead of squad.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why I went with that one. So
and World at War, I've got the what if
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got to sign up for that and get that going, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
So,
this summer we'll get some of that done, and then me and Jester, we got to get our Cuba Libre scheduled as well, so we can get that game.
We got schedules to be made, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So myself and Tony are going to be doing Cuba Libre, which is part of the coin, and Ruff and Tony is going to be doing the World at War 85, and then all of us.
Which one is OG helping us with?
Both. He said he would do both. He would help. Well, yeah, and Nations at War. Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he'd help. He'll jump in on both. Yep.
Yeah, he said he would just be in the background, and if you had any questions or whatever, yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for all of us.
We need to schedule our next live stream of Wolfpack. People have been requesting that. And I know Mike Butter Jelly has been on me about trying to schedule that, but we had to wait for Tony to actually, come back so we get that scheduled. Oh, there's the OG right there, as a matter of fact.
We said his name and he showed up.
I did say somebody said his name too many times. He showed up.
Yeah, he turned up.
So, yeah, we need to get our next Wolfpack scheduled. And we're going to hopefully get that done soon.
Mm-hmm. And I want to watch this Field of Fire as well with Mike.
Yep, and I need to schedule that. He wants to get I think he wants to get Wolfpack completed, and then we'll schedule Fields of Fire after that. I think.
Peter, shh.
What about the games you play? Yeah. That's going to be called the Picks of Shame. But next year, you're going to watch what's going to happen is we're all going to be smart about this. And we're going to start planning ahead so we don't have this list of shame anymore. So, yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the first episode of Wolfpack, great game coming out on GMT website by Mike. And I call him Butter Jelly so much I don't even remember his last name.
Curticelli.
It's kind of like Herman Lutman. I don't even remember what his real name is anymore.
Sorry about that. I had some weird noises. It's hailing here.
It's hailing?
Yeah, hey, it's May. Sounded like somebody's having a predator on the roof there.
Hey, Fraser, it looks like a new
hi, Fraser.
A new participant.
Welcome.
So, yeah, we need to get that wolf pack. We need to keep going on it. We need to finish our scenario. I'd like to get, a couple games in before the game actually releases. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I know Mike would appreciate that too.
Yeah. And we've been kind of letting them hang, and because we weren't sure your schedule, and then this, that, and the other thing. So we need to get back on that. So we're going to schedule it this week, guys. Look for a post from our channels or on our Tack Up Facebook group and our Face Up Tack Up ComSim World. And these have been steadily getting more subscribers. Seems like every week I get 2 or 3 new people. So that's pretty good. So
the ComSim World's growing too. I think we're up to about 60, I think is what I saw.
Yeah, that's great. I think we have 59 members in the ComSim and we have 57 in the Facebook. So if you're not a part of us, our groups, come on over and join us. We would love to have you. And and I wanted to give a big shout out to one of our friends of the channel here, Kyle, that's in the chat. I needed something and I wasn't sure how about to get it, and Kyle sent it to me. So I wanted to give him a big thank you and let him know I appreciate his time and effort. So thank you. Oh, and here comes a Ruff's big buddy here, the Boo Tweezers.
Hey, Dave.
Although I heard they were talking smack about us, Tony, the one week we weren't there. So that's what I heard.
What was that?
I said, I was telling Tony that I heard that Ruff and Boo Tweezers are talking smack about us the week we weren't there.
Talking smack. That's an Americanism, isn't it? And what does that mean?
Trash talk, sledging.
Trash talk.
Slagging you off.
Yes.
Were we slagging him off? Tweez, were we? I can't remember.
That's what
were
you
we
said.
saying?
That's what you said.
All right, then.
That's what you told me when I was on your live stream. Although, finally, you can actually understand what the hell Blue Tweezers is saying. I don't know if he moved his microphone like right up here next to his face.
I mentioned it to Blue, and I said, look, he's very quietly spoken, refined gentleman. So, unlike me and you two, but, and we had a quick fiddle around. It was much better. So, yeah. You're dying to open this, Tony, aren't you?
I am.
He got the package. We're gonna have a live unboxing, so let's do this. Hey, you know what, Ruff? Here's the thing. Before you open that, Tony, here's the thing. He saw my live unboxing last week of the shirt, so he's like, "Damn well, I'm gonna have an unboxing this week."
You know what? This came today. Actually, I did not save this. I got it about a half an hour ago when I got home from the boys' soccer game. Whoa, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things in this box. 9 things in this box.
You have been busy at the adult shop. What have you got?
Oh my God. I didn't order all this.
Oh, you finally got it. You got the Japanese version. Yeah, just didn't have the money to get that.
Yeah. So, and then you have the Japanese slide, the game in Japanese. I'm waiting for Jester to start.
You know what
that
title says in Japanese? I know you don't read Japanese, but the title of that says no refunds accepted.
I was waiting, but I got the 0 Liter Aces expansion.
Oh yeah, check the backs of those cards.
Yeah, I will. The trainees, so the small ones, and then it came with
more added to this.
Let's see, what is this one? This looks like the oh yeah, B-17. The B-17 game. This was the stuff that was supposed to come with it.
Well,
hey, it's great that you're able to buy those things to fix all their errors. So that's awesome that they do that.
And then I got I know the updated Nimitz, and it's got a new board to it as well.
Because that 0 Leader, that was done by somebody else, wasn't it? So there's
Chuck Seeger.
Chuck Seeger, yeah.
It's Seeger or Seeger. I can't remember which.
Is it Seeger or Seeger? I don't know.
I'll take a look in a minute here. I got some tank leader stuff. Yep. And
well, apart from 0, the Tiger ones are the only ones I haven't got.
Yeah, no, these are all like error and errata stuff that they got. And then they totally just forgot the airfields for the B-17. That's horrible. Hold
on. The B-17 one.
Yeah.
Is it because you had the first edition?
No, this was the expansion. I got the expansion.
Right. I didn't get the expansion.
And they had it set up where you could, when you get close enough, they actually have like you do bomb runs into the city.
Oh.
It like narrows it down, and they didn't include those. Yeah, go figure, right? This was done before we had our big fiasco.
It looked really good. The colors look really good on that. So I think you'll be happy with that. It does look good.
It is Chuck Seegert, Seegert.
I know what it is. I know it's Chuck Seegert. Yep. But is it Chuck Seegert or Chuck Seegert?
Seegert.
Yes, it's Chuck Seegert or Chuck Seegert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will be doing an unboxing of this and comparing as well as these to see how they go. So, but yeah, this box is insanely heavy. Like literally, I think I can work out with this.
Bonkers. They are bonkers. Yep, good game.
So we'll see how that works out. I'll do a full unboxing and the Nimitz. So Nimitz, new up-to-date rulebook.
I had some problems, didn't they, with the updated rulebook?
Yep, and then also they sent a new board as well. So I'll have to do some, new board as well.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yep. I didn't pay for it either. They just sent it with my Kickstarter. So
sorry, I'm laughing. You didn't get charged for that? No. Oh, that's cool.
Nope, came with it. So
didn't have to email them or anything.
No, they did it to all the Kickstarters.
Oh.
If you ordered it, if you had ordered, because all these I had ordered the expansions. So the Hornet Leader errata, which was only a couple of chits, the B-17 errata, the Nimitz errata, and the Tiger Leader errata, that all came with it free. I'm kind of curious to see this and this.
Well, the Aces pack, it's like the Corsair pack, I suppose. You don't.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it?
What I'm interesting is seeing if it's just I'll have to. There's 2 events, and I'll have to compare the event cards in the base box with this. My hope is that since they were printed at the same time, that it's gonna be good.
I've never had any problems with them. The only problem I had, and everybody had, was they made on the Warfighter. They put the European backs on the Pacific one, and all I did while they were doing the errata was just to put them in the black backed sleeves. But when they turned up, and that was it. Fine, I had no real problems. And Fraser, yeah, if you want to see Castle List, I've done a playthrough of that, and Pav. They're great games, by the way. Yeah, good games.
Yeah, Mike, I think they are doing something with that to get the errata on their website if you didn't get the Kickstarter. Actually, I think they're sending those out automatically. You don't have to do anything. It's just since I got the Kickstarter, they sent it out with the Kickstarter. But they're sending everything else out. After they get this sent out, they'll send all the errata stuff out to the people that got it. So we'll see. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
I'll do it unboxing and take a look and see how it works out. So yeah, I was hoping to have one more, but it's coming Monday. I've got one more package coming Monday.
What, DG or something else?
It has to do with this series.
What have you got now?
Well, I got this last time. Yeah? I bought the compendium.
Oh, right.
So that'll be coming Monday.
I haven't got Desert Heat. I do like a bit of North Africa, I must admit.
Yeah. I was actually going to bust that out and just do the sample scenario and then continue, like play it through all the way through just to get a feeling for it and video that. But I want to get Mrs. Thatcher's War done first.
Yeah.
And I'm about halfway through. It's going to be fun. We're going to start yomping now.
All right. So yeah,
hopefully I don't lose my. Hopefully I don't lose all my helis.
Okay, for the love of God, now since you mentioned Mrs. Thatcher's War, let's talk about 3 days in June. So I don't get another message from Chris about this. He's already
he's
talked about this like 12 times in the last 10 minutes.
Sorry. Okay, Blue, no worries.
Oh, come on. This is not a let's schedule with Ruff, show. This is not a we're going to schedule our gameplay with Ruff.
Off you go. Just let me know. While he was taking a breath, I went, fair enough.
Uh-oh. Well, that sets him free for tomorrow's
Wolfpack.
Got a lacrosse game at 1, but other than that, I'm done by 2:30. So
if we do like 3?
Yeah.
Or 4 and even?
Yep. So like same time as today.
Mike,
yeah.
Mike, you got a chance at let's say 3 tomorrow, Mike? Let us know in the chat if you can do that, and we can schedule it right here, right now.
Oh, so he moaned at me when Blue says, sorry, can't do tomorrow, Ruff. But now we're organising.
This is for all
because
of us,
it's for the
right. I know. I think Mike's gone. He's had enough. I don't blame him.
Kyle's got a good question for us. He says something I forget to ask previously. What size tables do you use for wargaming? Well, I'll go first. Mine will be really easy. You see this? That's it. If it don't fit on that, it don't go. That's how much room I have. So if the game don't fit on there, it's not getting played. So that's my table. It's about 4 feet by 2.5 feet. That's what I got.
That's what I video on. I don't have anything bigger than that. So basically, one mappers, things like that, is what I pretty much do. I have a desk. I have a desk that I could do 2 maps, but I would really have to like play around with it. And so
it looks like tomorrow at 3 is on, guys. Mike's able to do it 12 his time.
Yep. Cool.
Mine's about 6 foot by getting on, well, 2.5, 2 3/4 foot. But I've got 2 of them. So when I get the room, I can put them back to back and get lucky. Yeah. So that's, but it folds up. They're foldy up ones. So.
All right. So since we're talking about news, we also have some other sad news to talk about for just a minute. We got an email from Herman Lutman this week that Rick Barber, who is the map artist on the Gettysburg Kickstarter that they just did, had passed away last week. So we want to send our condolences out to all the wargaming community. And we've talked a lot about that map, whether you loved it or hate it. It was a lot of work.
It's so contemporary. It's Western. It looks like a Western map. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cowboys.
I love the look. I just wasn't a big fan of the playing on it, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny that.
So unfortunate news there, guys. He just worked on this game, and obviously this will be his legacy. But so thanks to Herman for sharing that with us. We told him that we would announce it during the live stream here, and at least let everyone know in case they didn't know. So we are your information source, the Wargaming Group. So. Yeah.
Bad news.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking about doing some the 3 days the second day, the Longstreet attacks, doing some video of that because I've got that.
I might have to dust off Kernstown then. And
just as a tribute to that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a big shame. I mean, we had John Turner a couple weeks ago and now Rick Barber, and you never know, boys. I'm just telling you right now. I just went through this.
We're all moving up. Suddenly.
Yeah. I just went through this a couple months ago when the wife's brother died, and we had to make an emergency trip out of town. And you just never know when your last day's coming, boys. So you got to make it every day. Make it count. Just make it count. And of course, watch our show. I mean, that's the 2 things you have to do.
That will actually prolong your life.
Death, taxes, and watch our show. I mean, these are the 3 things you have to do.
The inevitable outcome of life.
Wow.
Death, taxes, and the war room.
And it looks like Albert Pujols went to the Dodgers. Oh my gosh, that is.
Sorry, I didn't understand a word of that.
Oh, let me put it in your terms. It would be like, who would I say?
It was like Rommel went to the Italian side.
After they switch sides.
Oh, right. So he's on our side.
Depending on which side you're on.
It's like James Bond going over to what were the baddies called? Smirsh or something?
Yeah.
Smirsh, yeah. Something like that, yeah. Hey, Viper Dave, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, if you have any news that you need us to share on our weekly show, I mean, send it over to us.
Any stuff that's a little bit, we'll have it. All right, we don't care.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't let us know ahead of time, and Ruff finds out about it, you're gonna be put in the chair, the chair of shame.
I think something else. Then sorry, it's my filthy mind. Sorry.
Spectre. Smirsh was. Yeah.
Spectre, right.
Smirsh
there you go.
Wasn't Smirsh Get Smart? Yeah, that was Get Smart.
That was Get Smart. Who was the other one with Robert Vaughn, Man from U.N.C.L.E.? Who were the baddies in that one?
Isn't Uncle? I don't know.
No,
That's
no
predating
idea.
me.
Oh,
Dennis, thank you.
I appreciate it. Ilya Kuryakin. Good grief. He was an Englishman. Yes.
Yeah. Treat everyone with respect, live every day to the full, and watch these blowhards. Wow. See,
I mean,
there's always an insult at the end, isn't there?
I was just going to say we should have Wardrobe on our show one time, but every time I think that,
he says something like that.
Yeah. He says something like that, or I look up in my box and it says the greatest day, and I go, "Oh hell no, hell no, he's coming on the show."
You're still paying that off in your credit card, aren't you?
It is. I still got interest to pay on it yet.
I think he's just come back from holiday, and he's bought a new car.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So tomorrow at 3, it looks like Wolfpack is going to go.
Did he come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Right. Okay.
So,
if you guys
want to come by tomorrow,
we got to remember I'm the special guest. Nobody introduced me as a special guest this time. I opened the show, so that was it.
Poorly, but you did it.
So I introduced myself.
So what we found out is
Rush.
Cody's not great at doing intros. Ruff is even worse at doing intros. So I guess that's kind of my thing then, huh? I guess I'm good at something. Something in the
you got to have ditch diggers.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I can build the best ditches, but if I don't build the best ditches, then your shit just piles up.
Wardrobe, man.
Leave him alone. Don't start him off, because what he'll do to deflect that, and he'll mention Rommel in a minute, just to deflect the fact of that.
Yeah, but we have a special word that we can use to hold off on the Rommel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
is.
Oh, I see. I wasn't going to mention Rommel, actually, so
we're not going to mention that word. So
we're not going to mention Algiers or Algeria, really. They're both the same thing, aren't they?
He said it, not me. He said it, not me.
Ruff, when are you taking a week off?
What you guys been playing? So let's get back. So Jester, let's start. Jester, what you've been playing.
I had here was my schedule this week. I had 4 live streams that had nothing to do with wargaming. So I had 0 time this week for anything. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing in that was wargame related. I didn't play any war games this week. I am on the bottom of the barrel. I'm still the ditch digger, so I have nothing to contribute other than my beautiful face and my smile.
Well, at least
I was going to say, what did you play not revolving around a piece of rubber or a ball? And you just answered that with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Ruff, what have you done?
I've done druggerall. I've been ill. I haven't been feeling very good. I'm still a bit sort of, but this is helping. So, but cheers. But yes, I've done nothing. I wanted to get back on the Peleliu trail.
Okay, so Big Board had asked earlier what that was.
Oh, that's Peleliu. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Peleliu. So I've been painting. I've just had a little bit of painting. I'm rubbish, but here's my
Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Bandido. So yeah. Oh, I finished off me gunslinger as well. You see, without dribbling. So oh god,
That looks good. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week.
So
if I send you my core sets, can you paint them and send them back?
Yeah, I'll do it at $5 a piece. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
what does that equal in quid?
Huh?
What is that equivalent in quid?
That's £150. That's the only thing I've been doing. I've just been fiddling. I've been really sort of grotty. So I'm going to get back on this next week. As you know, I'm doing my Not a War Game Wednesday. I don't like everything that isn't a war game. I mean, it's got to appeal to me, and the things that are appealing to me are the things I've got up here. Folklore. See, I don't like it too sort of hey nonny no, with the old elves, and I'm not too thingy. So this one's like proper peeps. You've got people like mad people, and you've got exorcists and all that sort of thing in folklore. And the other thing, because I love cowboys and I love aliens, I've got the old Shadows of Brimstone. Those three and Aliens Legendary, about the sort of, at the moment, are the only non-war games I'm getting into again. So hope to do some playthroughs and get sort of down-thumbed roundly. But that's the sort of thing I want to do. But I'm going to get back on this. I've decided not to get any more war games because I've got too many this month, because I've got the P500s coming in, hopefully by the end of the month, the couple I've got from GMT, and subscribers kindly sending me a couple of games. The fool, I love him. So that'll be great. I know what one of them is. He's another one's a surprise. I don't know what that will be. And as I said the other week, there's a German designer who's got a game out on print and play, but it's a big effort to print and play. He wants me to do an unboxing and a playthrough, so he's printing and carving out all the meeples and nonsense for it, and it's set in the German peasant war of the 16th century, I think. So it's an unusual subject, so I'm quite looking forward to that. But there's lots of show me the box. It's on its way, rough. It's like it's not a little. So yeah, I've got plenty to be getting on with, and I'm still feeling a bit rough, but as rough. But hopefully next week I'll be back to normal and get back on the old videoing. So apologies for nothing out this week.
So I did nothing. Ruff did nothing.
Yeah. I had an excuse.
Tony, what did you do?
I put out 3 videos for Mrs. Thatcher's War.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yep, I got back to it.
I was thinking maybe we should just change the name of our show from the War Room to like the Game Room or something.
No, because when I do the non-war games, it'll be on a Wednesday, and it's called Not a War Game Wednesday. So if you see that,
to get that war game title in there, didn't he?
Yeah, got to be there. Knowing that with my title here, it mainly war games, but every so often I like to play something that isn't, and it'll be on a Wednesday. So if you see it on a Wednesday, you'll go, "Oh, it's not a war game. I don't want to watch it," or "Oh, what's he doing now?" So it's up to you.
So, how's Miss Thatcher's War going?
I'm got through the first third of the game. So the game's kind of split up in half, or like it's like a third and then 2/3 of a game. So a third of the way through, you finally land. You're doing some air controlling, which I did pretty decent on, and then you land on like turn 8, and then you have the rest of the game to get it across East Falkland Island and to get it in there. So. I took out a couple of the planes, some of the airstrips that will help make it easier for me. So I had some pretty good rolls on that. But I did lose an escort, which is basically my BBC rating is like horrible. And it doesn't like kill you, but it really makes it hard because basically the BBC is not behind you, not supporting you. So
it's changed.
So
All right,
I gotta see if
so
I can get that BBC Sport back up. I really like it. It's smooth flowing. Once you do it a time or two, you get that rhythm down. Plenty of choices to make. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? So although it's a solitaire game, and a lot of solitaire games kind of have that on the rails type feeling, this one, no, there's enough choices in it. And I mean, some are obvious choices, but some are like, oh, do I want to do this or that? Well, how will this affect this later on down the line? So I'm really enjoying it. So I did a playthrough. I didn't video it just so I could get the rules down a little bit better. At least have one playthrough on my belt. And this one's going different. So that's what's kind of interesting. My first play, I never got squalls or gales, which you basically skip a turn because the weather's so bad you can't do anything. And in this game, I think I've had 3 or 4. So that turn 8 came up real fast, which could be a good or bad. I haven't quite figured out if it's good or bad yet. So, but no,
I
definitely
watched a little bit of that, and like I just watched a little part because I was at work and was trying to squeeze it in, and it's like, you rolled. It's like, oh no, I got gale, so that means we skipped the turn. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Basically, miss out on everything.
But
yeah.
it is,
So
if you see the Falklands, it's a desolate, wild place. So if you get bad weather, nobody's doing nothing. Yeah. So.
And then if you get rain or snow, then you skip some of them because the Argentinian Air Force is horrible. They can't fly. So, and sometimes it's good if you can get rid of some of those or get some of the Argentine fighter planes in their repair pool, and you get a couple bad weather turns. They kind of build up in there. So when you're drawing them for the support, you don't have, depending on what you draw, you could have a little bit easier time because they're being repaired. They can't quite get back out. So it's definitely got some tweaking in. I tell you what, Arbin Medicine does a really good job. This is the second of his games I've played, and I'm a big fan of what he puts out. So
gameplay aside,
mm-hmm.
And this kind of goes back to a lot of what Ruff says about our Civil War and how we could care less about it. Okay,
I never said that. Just doesn't it? It's just
that's basically okay. It just doesn't interest him. So for me, like bottom of the barrel interest would be something like Argentine versus British in 1985, where it's a foregone conclusion before you even start who's going to win. So, I just have no interest in that whatsoever. So what got you so interested and so hyped about this?
It's something I don't know about. See, to me, I'm the exact opposite. If I don't know a lot about it, I will buy a game and learn about it. So, because I've always heard the Falkland Islands this, Falkland. I hear it enough. It's not like I hear it every day or anything like that. But I've heard enough about it that I'm like, I have no idea what this whole conflict was all about. Now, Ruff, on the other hand, could tell me, day by day what happened.
It was literally 3 days because it took the British 3 days to get there.
Yeah, they were outnumbered as well. And it's like saying, you laugh about it. And it is a desolate place. What the heck do you want to do? Just give it back to them, But no, it's...
The people did not, from what I've read, the people on the island did not want Argentina to control them. They wanted to stay as a British territory.
Like, I suppose, Argentina coming along and going, in 1576, Alaska, actually, that's sales, we're having it. You'd go, all right then, wouldn't you? No, you'd send in the bloody army, wouldn't you? You'd send in a task force.
See, the way the game works out is it's more of trying to keep it on pace with what happened historically. Okay, so that's how you win and lose the game. It's obviously a foregone conclusion. You're going to go ahead and beat the crap out of the Argentinians.
But lives were lost, okay, on both sides. But they were devastating. They were using, the French had supplied the Argentinians with the Exocet missiles, which we didn't know about. So, of course... They we're not expecting Exocet missiles, sort of like 21st century technology, and all of a sudden they're releasing these and blowing up our ships, and many people died. So you know, it wasn't you know a what do you call it, a thingy cakewalk. So by any means. And
Yeah,
if you the rules, somebody stood up and said, "Come on, I'm bulletproof, let's go," and he got killed. You know, people died, and yeah, a lot of Argentinians died, and Brits died, and it's a war, and war's bad. But you have to make a stand, don't you? You have to say sorry, you know. And luckily, at that time, if we'd have had somebody else in at the time, we might have gone, all right, then you can have it, you know. But old Maggie said, no, you're not, no. So there's a film as well about that part of history, which is very good. That's what's her name playing Thatcher, Meryl Streep. So yeah,
that might be a good subject for the show, is to talk about things that, you know, these I would call obscure, or like Castle Itter. Like nobody ever heard of Castle Itter before the game came out. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Very few people.
Yeah, true.
And the game came out, and people were like, "Oh, this game is really good." And they played the game, but they had no idea what it was all about, and you know what the circumstances that led up to it. And so there's games like that draw people in because they're not familiar with it, and they want to find out more about it just because it's a good game. And now I'm not saying Mrs. Thatcher's War isn't a good game or it's not a good game. I have no idea. But it's just on a topic that I have like zero interest in.
Yeah,
and a lot of people.
David says it wasn't a foregone conclusion. He was saying, "Oh, you know, Brits going in." No, it wasn't. It was a hostile environment, weather-wise and terrain-wise, and it wasn't a foregone conclusion. It could have gone terribly wrong, you know. And
yeah, one of those exocets hits the carrier, and boom. So I don't know. It's just really I'm a student of history, and when I find out, oh wait, this like Castle Itter, I love David Thompson because he finds the most obscure topic
and
that he can find and make a game out of it. I mean, everybody's heard of Pavlov's house. Well, at least most history and stuff like that.
Again, even that, you know, it everybody has now.
Yeah.
And the history of it isn't quite as it is because, you know, it's been tweaked and that.
Yeah, it's been Hollywoodized.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And fair enough. You know, that's, you know, they've done it, and it's gone down in legend. And he's done the one with the postman, you know, defending the postman, defending the post office. So
yeah, postman. What is it? Soldiers in postman's uniforms. Yeah.
It picks him out, you know.
And it's so I was watching Dan's The No Enemies Here to this morning, and the Players Aid did a video on a game I did not know exist, and the battle happened 5 miles away from where I live. The Battle of Fallen Timbers. There's a mall there. But there's also a battlefield. So I ordered the game, and I am going to go out to the battlefield to do an intro to the game at the battlefield before I actually start playing it. And it's
an American Civil War game.
This is the Ohio War against the Native Americans.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this is
really read and done.
Yeah, this was the last battle. And General Anthony Wayne, a personal hero of mine, actually finished off the battle and had great respect for the Native Americans, although he beat them. But again, it wasn't a foregone conclusion, even though the Americans had all the better firepower, and the Native Americans were outnumbered. The Native Americans did think the Brits were going to help them because this was kind of in the period of the War of 1812, kind of in that time period where the Brits were still in the Northwest Territory, which Ohio is. So there was Fort Miami, which was a British fort. So the Native Americans kind of thought the British might help them. Didn't turn out they did. And who knows what would have happened if they would have helped out.
Yeah.
So, but again, yeah,
I had never heard of that battle. Falling Timbers. Huh? Sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Come on the adventure of Fallen Timbers.
Apparently, the reason why they call it Fallen Timbers is a tornado had gone through and blew down a ton of trees, and the Indians wanted battled there because it was it actually decreased the help on the with the artillery, like the American artillery wasn't as effective because of the fallen trees. So that's why they called it Fallen Timbers. But if you could, I don't know if I still have the video, but there was it's called the War on the Ohio, which is it's a point-to-point map, and they put the battle in the wrong space, and I kind of overreacted, but like that was personal to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, man, like did not affect the gameplay. It was more of just the historical spot. Well, this is where this battle happened. I'm like, that's not where it happened. It happened north of here on the other side of the river. And I had a few comments like, yeah, I overreacted. But
was that done for gameplay reasons? Or
no, it didn't affect the gameplay at all. Matter of fact, I said that. I was just bummed that and then the actual designer actually talked to me, emailed me about it, and he said, I don't know how that happened. It was in the right place when I originally did it. You know, they do all these edits, and somebody sent the wrong file. So, but again, it didn't affect the gameplay at all. It was just, I know exactly where it was located at. I go to that battlefield all the time. So
it's like me looking at a map of Britain and, you know, from a game that's been printed elsewhere and seeing things. It doesn't affect the game, but it's just like, no, it's not there. Leicester's not there. You know,
London's on the east side, not in the middle.
Yeah, but you know, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, but I ordered it. It was relatively inexpensive, and I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to do a tour of the battlefield as a preview to me actually playing the game. So I'm kind of excited to do a little something different with that.
Yeah.
So,
who makes that game?
High Flying Dice.
Oh, right, they do. Yeah, they do sort of little games. Yeah, quite like some of the games. Oh, the sun's coming. Oh, well, I don't mean the sun. I mean my son. Yeah, he's a teenager.
So I don't know why we didn't get this announcement earlier, but Mike has said big announcement from GMT during the San Diego Online Con this weekend. John Butterfield is finishing a Chad Jensen game design with Kai. I don't know what. Yeah, he doesn't know which game it is, but
that's his wife.
So John Butterfield's finishing a Chad Jensen game. That's interesting.
What's that?
Huh?
Which game?
He doesn't know.
He's not sure which one it is.
Mike, put your feelers out. Let us know. Effort. Let us know.
Maybe we can get more information from Mike tomorrow during the show at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ruff, what time is that for you over there?
What time? 3 p.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening.
8 o'clock? All right.
Oh, good. We can swear.
Okay.
No, the Watershed is 9 p.m. over here. Sorry.
Oh, 9. Okay, we got to play good for an hour, and then we can swear.
You can't say shit or bugger till 9 p.m. All right.
Wow.
Talking about Chad Jensen games, have you played any of his non-war games? It's Species or something.
They look interesting to me. I have not, but they look interesting.
Species, yes. And they just released the expansion. Marine Species, yeah. It's kind of a more of a Euro-y kind of game.
Oh yeah, I get that. I just wondered what it was like being,
sort of, kind of if you would take, say, like the coin game with all the blocks and the cubes, and you're trying to do things with that, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but not that they're bad. I mean, we all know they're good. It's just different.
It's what rocks your boat, isn't it, really?
It's not a stack of counters on a map. Let's just put it that way. So,
talking of coin games, you know me, they don't. grapple me great
Tickle
nuts.
your fancy, yeah.
They don't grapple me great nuts, as old Lenny used to say. But I'm looking forward to that one designed by the guy that does the 5-minute YouTube thing, the coin game set on Mars.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's abstract. It's not a sort of historical thing. It's and I love I love sci-fi, horror, cowboys. I don't care, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That might bring me into the coin thing.
We'll get. Is that a 3-player?
I don't care. I'll play it one player.
No. If it's a 3 faction, it'd be fun for all 3 of us to choose a
faction.
faction.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know much about it.
It may be 4, but you can do 3 players in a 4 faction. 1 player just takes 2 factions generally.
Yeah. I mean, and that other one, the other sort of based on a coin game, the first in a new series in the Indian thing.
That one
it's now made the grade sort of thing. So I've ordered that one.
Yeah, that's one I definitely want to.
Just because it's different,
do for sure. I got that on P500. As soon as I saw that, just because of the topic interests me. I had to teach it.
And it's a new series based on, but it isn't coin, but it's based on.
Yeah, based on some of the mechanics, I bet. Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
That's a topic that, like I said, I taught it, so I'm really interested into it. Yeah.
I know nothing about it, so it'd be great to learn about it. Like this guy I'm getting from Germany about the sort of peasant revolt in Lutheran times. Yeah, I know nothing about it, so it'd be great to learn about it. Jay's asking about Cuba Libre session soon, please.
Yeah.
I did a whole series on Cuba Libre. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel and look at them.
He wants to see you two shout at each other. That's what he wants to see. He
wants to see us
the raw. He wants
yelling and screaming back and forth. Yeah. Right. I get it. We're gonna do that. We were gonna do it, and then something.
That was when your brother.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to cancel and. Yeah, we just never got it rescheduled, and then you were.
I was busy. Yeah,
you were on military leave for a month and a half, and you're finally back, so that's good.
Kyle actually puts up a good question too. He says, "When you're playing a game on historical battles, do you want the accuracy there, despite it not taking anything away from the gameplay? Though, despite it not taking, do I want the accuracy?" We've had a discussion before. I know Jester likes it to follow the historical. I want it to be ahistorical, maybe not, like complete, like not totally reverse something that was most likely going to happen. But maybe it took longer. Maybe had to do it a different way. You pick any big battle, and there's really no way for you to be historically accurate for a couple of reasons. One, we're smarter just because we can see everything. We have the God's eye view,
haven't we? And the other thing, that, as I always say, I think Napoleon said it: the first casualty in any war or any battle is the plan. So and it all depends on the quality of your commanders. But yeah, I if it's set up, and this is what was there at that battle. Now see what you can do with it. So that's the sort of thing I like, rather than, unless I'm playing an ahistorical game like World at War 85, a what if, or even in Kernstown, there's some what ifs. What if so-and-so didn't do this and these turned up on time, fight that and see what happens. That's fine.
My 3 days at Gettysburg game is very ahistorical. Very, 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 very ahistorical. But I still think the Union's going to win. They're just going to win a different way.
Yeah.
So it's just because I've had some, when it comes to die roll, you guys know me in die rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
I had a very, very rough time Wednesday when I was playing ATS for my tournament game. Very rough time rolling. It was not good.
That's why Mitch and Kev love playing you, because they know you're crap at dice rolling.
Yeah.
Where was the chance? Yeah. But I don't
Well,
mind.
let's put it this way. So this is kind of the way it happened. I had 2 squads and a machine gun. I was the Brits in this case. I was 2 squads and machine gun against the SS, and they were broken. I had retreated, hopefully, so I could have rallied. But the SS came up, and there's a rule right at this point that they have to do a rally immediately once SS become adjacent. And I was actually able to rally all my units. I'm like, yes, I got them back to full strength. They're combat effective. I can do stuff. And then he assault fired and absolutely eliminated the entire group. When I need to roll high, I rolled low. And when I needed to roll low, I rolled high.
But what do you do? That's the game, isn't it? We've had.
But it was just like now I've got that story to tell about that. It's like Do
you play a game?
I've got stories going other ways. Yeah.
But do you play a game, set it up, and just go look through the book? Right, move here. Now move here. These lose. That's not a game, is it? You need. Do you need the historical outcome? If you play it differently, you start with the same units as you did historically, but what you do with them, some games you're never going to win. I mean, it's like Panzer Grenadiers, some of the Eastern Front games, you're never going to win as the Russians, but can you win better than
not win better? It's lose not so bad.
Less. Right, lose less bad. Yeah. Sorry.
Lose less.
Yeah. But I find that fun as well. So it doesn't, if it's too historically accurate, there's some games where they say, right, on turn 6, you have to move this down here because that's what happened. But you're thinking, no, if I move that down there, no, that's silly. So I don't.
The one thing I don't like to do is I don't like looking at reinforcement schedules ahead of time and where they come in. I kind of like to have that as a surprise.
But you can't help it. They're stuck on the bloody map, though, can you?
Well, no, because so this happened to Kev, and I was watching his video when he was playing OCS, and I can't remember. I think it was Beyond the Rhine or it was a Blitzkrieg Legends. I can't remember which one. But he totally did. He didn't look at when and where the reinforcements for the Germans were coming in, and he had focused all his allied in a different spot. Well, when the Germans came in, they basically were going to be able to flank them. And to me, that's actually more realistic because you don't know that's where they're coming in.
But how do you do that in a game, especially if you're playing solo?
Well, you just don't look at the reinforcement schedule until that turn. I'll forget it. I already know that. I look at it and I'll forget it. Yeah. But I just don't read ahead until I get to that turn.
Well, I can be like, there's 2 SS Panzer groups coming in next turn. 5 minutes later, I'll be like, what the hell was coming in?
Yeah, exactly.
What was coming in again? I have no idea.
Yeah, and that's
but I think people have this big discussion about ahistorical, non-historical. You can't replay a battle in real life with cardboard and a map and dice. There's just no way to do it. You can make it look as close as you can, but it's never going to be a replay of what actually happened because people get to see things that the people that were actually there didn't get to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, for an example, if you play ASL, it's like, oh, your guys are in the building, my guys are in the building, and I'm going to send up a little half squad so your guys will shoot. That way you've already shot for your turn.
Does that happen?
Right?
Possibly.
Nobody that's sitting in the building is going to say, oh, yeah, you 6 guys there, you run out there, go attack that machine gun nest because we all know they're going to be shooting at you. And then they'll use their turn up shooting at you guys. So then we can move up safely. Nobody's going to do that in real life. So I just don't think there's any way. You just have to.
You see, ATS kind of has a. How do I want to say this? They have a mechanic that kind of prevents that.
Well, that's great because ATS.
It's called collateral fire, and I think ASL has something like that. Or so what it is
They call it residual firepower.
Residual, yeah. So but you can do a fire lane, and you have that residual fire in that entire lane. So if you go in there, you have to roll on attack for that amount. So that kind of takes that little gaminess out, because if that's the only way you can get to where you need to go, just because I fired there, that as soon as you move into that, you still have to take that attack.
But they're still firing. It's great, isn't it? I do like that rule in ASL.
Yeah. But I don't see a lot of ASLs actually using that rule.
No, I don't know.
That's not really the point. The point was it's hard for you to simulate actual human beings making decisions between the sergeants, the captains, the lieutenants, and up the chain of command in an actual situation that actually happened, because we can see and understand things that they never would have been able to know.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the sergeant says, "Okay, I want 6 volunteers." No, well, you're going to go out there and you're going to die. But yes, certainly, yes, okay. That's not going to happen, is it?
No, it's not really going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to simulate real life in anything.
But then don't think about other ways.
We're not just wargaming, but I mean,
that.
I'm sorry.
Don't you think of other ways of achieving that? If the only way to get across is to sacrifice half a dozen men, and they're going to go up yours, you must find another way to do it. Is there a way to do that in ASL without having that sacrifice? Or is that how they play the game? I'm going to send these in. They're going to get sacrificed.
Well, I mean, you're getting a little bit too specific. But when we talk about an ASL, I was just giving an example. But, like in ASL, your units will break, and then they'll come back. And then they'll break, and then they'll come back. And then they'll break, and then they'll come back. That's not going to happen in a real battle.
No. And also, I know it's specific, but you mentioned the fact that I'm going to send this half squad across to draw the fire. That's not going to happen in real life. So there must be other ways around that. You have to plan and work out a more realistic.
Call in a
artillery,
tank, call in a vehicle or something that the machine gun can't hurt or whatever.
Play ASL that way, don't they? They send in suicide squads so they can and sort of what they call them when they're overstaffed.
Kill stacks.
It's not real, is it? And ASL is supposed to be the real thing, isn't it? But they send in kill stacks and suicide squads. Just so they can then attack, you've used your fire, now we're advancing. So
it depends on the scenario. Kill stacks sometimes work and sometimes don't. But that's a different.
I'm not dissing it at all. I'm just
Yeah. Private public, we're still working on it. We want to have enough content.
Speaking of which, where are our tutorials on ATS?
We want to make sure we have enough released and enough content made.
He's sounding like a professional. We need enough to release before we give it to the public.
Yeah, we've got a list that we want to get all done before we actually release it out. We're not going to release it all at once. I'm
not going to watch it because I know if I watch it,
he's going to love it.
Yeah. I'm going to I'm going to do that.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of written content because we're doing both videos and written content. So we're still working. We want to make sure we got it paired up. We want to make it look good before we don't want to release it all and then not have something. Because
don't you worry, I will diss it when I see it. Don't you worry about that.
But yeah, we had so it's me, Mitch, and another guy named Evan. Evan's a really good writer. and he's doing a lot of the him and Mitch are doing a lot of the writing. I'm doing some of the videoing and quite a bit of the videoing on that because it irritated me because I did a full video and I was reading off my script because I want it scripted so I don't forget everything, and I forgot to change the view on the camera. Or I didn't follow the PDF that I was using, so I had to delete the whole thing. It was like 40 minutes gone. I was like, oh.
He's getting a bit above himself, isn't he? He's getting a bit above himself.
Yeah. Sure I want to show, and I know the only reason why it doesn't get the love is because of the publisher. And I know that. And we're not going to hide that.
Look at Avalanche Press. Look at Avalanche Press. They're the same sort of couldn't give, but there are people that love the game, me included, and you like a bit of So don't let that, but we're not gonna hide that. We're not the fanboys like, oh, they can't do anything wrong. No, the game. Talk about the game. It's the game, isn't it? Not the people.
And we're basically gonna show. Okay, if you like this, this is what you need to get. This is where you need to go for it. So we're gonna try to.
And this is how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost for, say, I'm asking for a friend here.
Okay.
Just to get going.
If you get the rules and the starter kit.
We'll need those, yeah.
Probably about 120. Now, I will tell you there are some different options on the rules where you can get it about $10 cheaper. Nice thing is, depending on which rules you get the PDF version free included in it. So that's really nice to have. But it's also, I will tell you, ATS is more bloody than ASL. A lot more bloody.
Is it a huge bloody rabbit hole?
It can be.
Does it have to be? You see, ASL, I've got nothing against it. People that play it, I've dipped my toes in. People turn up with caravans of stuff, to play at conventions and that, because you have to. And I watched Kev talking to Chewy Matt, and he does swear a lot, doesn't he? I didn't realise he comes across so nice. He's a Brit and all. So he was talking about he was into ASL and he'd buy a few books and he'd go, I can't play that. I haven't got them. I haven't got them. I haven't got them. I haven't got them. So is ATS like that?
It can be, but a lot of the modules you get everything you need once you have kind of the beginning stuff.
But then when you get another module, you think, oh, that's fortunate. Oh, I haven't got the Italians. Oh, bugger.
Well, it's very similar to Block and Load. Like Block and Load, you can buy certain boxes and everything's included in it, but then you can buy some of the expansion modules and it will require several of the core games. So
okay, so as long as you've got the core stuff, you're all right.
ASL is kind of very similar. You can get one.
Yeah, I have so many Russians and Germans and Americans and a whole bunch of other nationalities that they actually have a category, which is bring your own counters. And so since I have all the counters, I don't need any more counters. I just want the maps and the scenarios. You can get just the maps and the scenarios for cheaper.
Right. So, sorry to interrupt, but Thomas just put a comment on. He's having a pop. Can you just put that up, please?
Going back to the pound. They haven't left. Jeez.
We never left the pound. The pound.
That's why you would know. That's,
But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No. So and I actually really like that. I wish they would do more of those because I have enough counters that anything that has to do with the East Front, I've got it. Unless it's like a Poland or something really weird. But if it's Germans and Russians, I've got it. I don't need any more.
North Africa?
Yeah, they actually advanced Tobruk system came from the original game from the Tobruk. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and you can get those. I don't have those. Those are actually Those are actually on my list to get, but they can wait. I'm okay
So
on
you
North
haven't got
Africa.
the thing that the thing was named after.
Yep.
You got the Tobruk's?
No, I do not. That's what I was
So
saying.
you haven't got the thing that the thing was named after.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's I mean, it's kind of like Lock and Load. If you don't need the original core game to play Lock and Load, you can play
Games.
you can play any of the others without having the core game.
No, you've got to have the core game to play the game, haven't you? You've got.
I've got enough scenarios that I'm only buying what I really find interesting.
I'm just.
I know, but which means I keep buying because I'm like, oh, that looks interesting.
One of the turnoffs for me, and
yeah,
I got into ATS before I actually got into ASL.
Oh, right.
But one of the things that I didn't like about ATS was the fact that you actually have to freaking buy the rules.
You have to do that with ASL too,
don't you? That's a great big blooming.
They come in a box. I can buy the box and then I get them. In ATS, you have to buy the rules separately.
ASL, you have to. They don't come in the box.
But you get
Stardom kits do.
Yeah, the supplements. You get the supplements in the box, don't you? That go into the rules.
The core rules, yes, yes.
There, and ATS is actually cheaper.
I'm not comparing ASL and ATS. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying the thing that was a turnoff for me in AT because
he's forgetting these what they call them, not abbreviations.
Acronyms.
Acronyms.
Yes. Right. You know, I can go buy ASL or I can go buy Lock and Load and they give me the rules for free.
Yeah.
20 different ways. I'm not comparing ASL and ATS. I'm comparing
those
kind of the way they do things compared to other games.
When you buy Lock and Load Tactical Core, whatever it is, be it Heroes of Defiance, Heroes of North Africa, Heroes, blah, 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 blah. Everything in that box is what you want, and the rules, and the modules, and off you go. You know, so.
Here's the difference. There are a lot more rules in both ATS and ASL than there is in Lock and Load Tactical. It's that next step up.
And I don't want to say that Lock and Load Tactical. Thank you very much.
And I hate saying that because I don't want to put down Lock and Load Tactical because it is a great system. I don't mean that as a slight, but there are more rules.
It's what rocks your boat. I have no problem that you have ATS and ASL and Lock and Load, and I've got no problem. If that's what you want, that's what you want, isn't it? As long as you're finding fun out of it, that's the thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
even though I can't win a single game on anything, I still have fun.
Yeah, you're rubbish at dice throwing. But Lock and Load, I love the counters, I love the X maps, I love the color, and it's all lovely.
Now, I will say the maps for Lock and Load, and I agree with Jester on this, are so much better. Because ATS maps are exactly the same as the ASL maps. They're basically the same maps. And yes, it's like, seriously, let's get out of the 80s and let's get into the 2000s, the 2010s. But you don't need those crappy maps.
But then I'm playing Panzer Grenadier with those hideous, some say hideous maps from Eastern Front, and you look through it, don't you? But it is nice just to, and I'm with Jester here, just to go pop, 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 pop.
Oh God, yeah.
And get the map out. Oh, look at that!
Organizing ATS and ASL is a hobby on its own.
Yeah, but then that's part of it for people, isn't it? For me, part of the fun is setting up the game. Weirdly. And if it's a big setup, I'll take my time and, wander off and come back and go, that's looking good. Yeah. And that's part of it. Like clipping counters is part of it. I know. And since I've been buying these games, I tell you what, I haven't gone near a counter clipper. I've gone near a nail file because they've got these little bloody, because they pop out, you've got these little furry knobs that I have to get the old nail file out. So I'm still clipping in a sort of semi sort of way. But yeah, it's different. I'm not sure. And they're half-inch, are they, in ATS as well, like ASL?
Yeah, they're the same size, except for because even the large heavy weapons in the
Yeah. Hold on.
Is that literally for painting? Is that what that's for?
Well, it's to hold the things so you can clip them off.
It's also, it's to do lots of
also,
things.
you can use it to hold, the paint and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Hex the Hex showed up. So, hey, Hex.
Hey, Hex. Yes, clipping. I love it, Hex. I love it.
Clipping is the worst.
I even file my non-wargame nubs.
I'd rather get dragged through a pile of glass shards than counterclip.
Some people don't. Jez doesn't, and that's fine. That's fine. As long as you enjoy the game, live with your furry.
Wow.
But yeah, I saw before we got to talk last week, Ruff had this on his table, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pick me up one of those. So I picked me up one of those.
To paint these blooming. I have to paint miniatures for these non-war game thing. I have to paint me gunslinger and me bandido and me chorus girl or whatever it is. But yeah,
I got to figure out how to do all that. I just got to clip them out of this stupid thing.
See, look, that's SS Panzer. So, but that's what I do when I play other games. I'm sorry, I know it's got. And most of my games
are great.
Fuzzy, furry, no,
nubs.
But that's what. Fair enough.
I get irritated when they're like center nubs. They're not attached at the corners. They're like.
That's why I use one of these.
My God, I don't even care. I use a straight razor to get those out because of that.
I razor them and they still got the nubs, so you have to do the three-way. But Jez, even the Third Reich, that's been clipped. Sorry. Jez,
I'll tell you what, I've got a buddy. Matter of fact, he's the designer for the new Vietnam 6575. Took his counters after clipping them, grabbed a marker and painted along, basically like.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, but I'd be rubbish. I'd have to go all over it. No.
It's basically a marker, and he just marked along the outside where it's the white core and made it the matching one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen that, and that's a step too far in my book, but. Whatever rocks your boat.
He only did that for one game. He said that was a pain in the ass, but it does look really, really good.
Yeah, it gets to the point where it's. But
you
spend more time prepping for the game than actually playing the game. It kind of takes away from the whole gaming experience. I found that with not just war games, but with other games as well. I want to get to the action. I don't do a lot of foreplay like Ruff does.
But it's me. That's what I like to do. I like to get everything ready.
I know.
And, let me show, for instance, this thing here comes with 15 counter sheets. 15 counter sheets.
15 counter sheets.
So if you pop one of these out, and they pop out lovely, look. But I've got a little. Hold on. I got a little. You can't live with that, can you? You cannot live with that nipple on the end there, can you?
No.
So you have
not acceptable.
No, you have to.
Hey,
there we go.
Let's see it now. Let's see it.
That's clipping. See?
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Yeah. But that's me.
Hex
So
to
that's
Hex,
my flipping for non-war games.
Hex to Hex is going to buy Apple Golf because of me. Isn't that nice?
I'm not into golf. Do you have to be? I suppose you have to be into the sport to play it, don't you? Or
Actually, ask Devin. Ask OG. He doesn't want to play it. Doesn't like watching it.
no.
But he loves playing like computer and like board game golf.
History Maker Golf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. You know, is it another la 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 la? Is it another thing like that?
It's funny because I play golf occasionally, maybe a couple times a year. I don't have. It's like some guys are crazy, right? Some guys have like 2 sets of clubs. They play once a week.
It's just,
They schedule their honeymoons and vacations around when the Masters are on, stuff like that. I don't do any of that crap, right? I'll just play it occasionally. And usually when I spend my $50, I go, God damn, you know what I could have bought for $50?
again,
Another game.
I could have bought another game, right? So I don't even play that much, but I spent more on Appa Golf cards and dice than I did in actual real golf.
oh crikey, it's one of them, is it?
It can be, yeah.
It's
Hey, there's Mo.
public talking about us. Mo. Ah. Is he talking about us? Cheeky.
Wow. Yeah. If you could groom yourself a little bit, make yourself look presentable.
I've got the T-shirt. Thank you very much. That's
Nice.
all I'm worried about.
That is very nice.
Thank you, Greg.
Awesome guy. Really enjoyed it. And he's going to make Ruff a game and he's going to make me a game. So
Yeah.
he's going to be one of our all-time favorite on our channel forever. So, yeah, looking forward to tomorrow at 3. We got the second episode of Wolfpack. So make sure for you guys that hadn't heard earlier, we're getting back with Mike Butter Jelly, and we're going to have the second part of the Wolfpack world premiere right here tomorrow at 3 Eastern Standard Time.
Just about attacking, aren't we, as well? So we're attacking.
We started attacking.
Yeah, we're starting.
Attacking. Yeah. We got us up. I think I sunk a ship, and somebody else sunk a ship.
I think I got a ship.
I think Ruff was.
All right.
Did you get rammed by a ship or something?
No, I wasn't rammed. Don't. Just the fact that my submarine is yellow has no relationship to how well I'm doing. All right. Just leave it there. Yeah,
nothing
right
wrong with
on.
grooming your counters. It's a
Right
sign of
Pride.
it's a sign of an old man, is what it is.
Shut up.
That's what it is. And Mo, just for you, I got this nice little stand here, right? So now I can be like Mo and hide my face behind the microphone.
You need a cap. You need a hat on.
That's the only thing I could think of when I was setting it up. I'm like, how close do I want it to my face? Do I want to be like Mo?
Yeah, but Mo doesn't sound distorted and horrible, like you're some sort of nightmare. He sounds really good. Yeah,
He does. He does sound really
Yeah, I
good.
can't hear you.
That's why I wanted to get my microphone, because I always have problems with the sound, right? And I always have problems with adjusting it on my table and having
great.
things on your table, right?
Move it up. Yeah.
So I'm like, if I get this now, I can adjust the volume, I can adjust the height, I can do all kinds of cool things, and I can now have more room on my table for games, because you can see I can now go under my.
Oh.
See, before this would be in the way, and I couldn't do anything with my microphone there.
But
now the microphone's out of the way, so I got more space.
have you got one for your camera so you can move it about?
That'll be the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got the old man's painting thing, so good to see that.
Yes, you gotta have that.
I've got to have it.
When you have not a war game Wednesday, you gotta have something like that on your channel. Mo, I sound smooth and silky. Of course you do, Mo.
Yeah, nobody's going to be as cool as Mo.
Mike says he's got crooked running torpedoes. I think he got those imported from Japan. I think wasn't it Japan that had the bad torpedoes in the beginning of the war?
I think that was America.
Yeah, that's the Americans.
Oh, okay. They were imported from America, I think.
I think they're worse than the Germans.
MMP games for sale.
Hex made a comment. He's still waiting for you to put up your MMP games for sale.
Yeah, we're gonna have a calling of the collection sometime soon. I've run out of space. As you can see, I now have games in front of the boxes that have games.
Yeah, well, that's how it works. Yeah.
And I don't have enough room for everything.
What MMP games you're selling? You're oh well that
I don't know what I'm getting rid of yet. I have
you got that great deal for
Hex to Hex. He wants dibs on anything that I sell that's MMP. And I said, okay, we'll see when I go to sell what I'm getting rid of. So it just depends on what I'm getting rid of. I don't know what I'm getting rid of yet.
Yeah, the thing is, Mo, it's no good to me, is it? You having a big coal, you know, and Jester having a big coal. It's no good to me. I can't.
It's not all about you, Ruff.
Well,
sorry,
I'd like to be involved, but I can't be.
Yeah, Mo's getting rid of some stuff. I mean, it gets to the point, you know, this episode, we were actually going to, my idea was to talk about, because Art Wolf just did his 4-hour counter clipping stream again I think he does it on Mondays or Tuesdays.
Yeah, but they're very popular. People.
Yeah, it gets like 80 people come in and watch him clip counters for 4 hours. So
there you go. You're going to watch me file Shadows of Brimstone counters, yeah?
There you go.
And talk about stuff.
And so I thought, you know, he just did an episode on calling your collection, and I thought, well, now would be a good time to talk about it because I got too much stuff that isn't getting used. It's just basically sitting here collecting dust. But then I keep ordering shit. So what is wrong? I mean, that's pretty much the most comments I get is when I have a new live unboxing and I post and I go, oh, look at what I got. It's so great. And then, you know, I just did one on Thunderstone the other day.
Yeah.
I get these comments like, when the hell are you ever going to play that? I'm like, I don't know. 2028 sometime, maybe.
Well, you know, do you play them? Do you know, buy them? I mean, it's the same, you know, it's all the same. Mozart, I'm going to do one for Mo. Yeah, see, you get this, Mo, look. You get these little, on the counters there. Oh, I can't bloody see that, can you? Little fluffy. I can't be having that, so we do the 1, 2, 3. There you go. Look at that. Look. And now I can play with that counter. Thank you very much. Over to you.
It's one. You only have 800 more to go.
There's 15 sheets. Mo, don't start. We weren't going to mention that.
Time comes when all of us we turn from our game to gamer to collector. Yeah, Mike's got it right there. We go from a gamer to a collector, and I get to the point where I can't stand clutter, so I have to do something.
Is it FOMO?
No, I think it's more of, not for me anyways. It's not a fear of missing out. I'm sorry?
Some people it is, of course.
Some people, yeah, absolutely. A lot of people it is. A lot of people. But for me, it's not that. It's more along the lines of I have a problem. I have a serious problem.
We all do. No. That's what we're blooming.
No, I think it's more of I get excited about it and I'm like, get it, and then I'm less excited about it. So then I don't do anything with it. Like Thunderstone, I couldn't wait to get it. And I'm like, as soon as I get it, it's coming on my channel. I got it like last Monday. Have you guys seen any videos on it yet?
No, I'm waiting for it.
I know. I'm waiting on it too. It's probably going to come. Well, it's going to come tomorrow, but now it can't come tomorrow. So
Is that one you're going to play or get rid of?
No, I'll keep that one. Yeah, I'll keep that. That was one of my all-time favorite games. So
That's what came across from your video. It was like, I tried the new version, didn't like it. I've got the old version again.
it's kind of like Arkham Horror, second edition. I love Arkham Horror second edition. I had like literally, I think I was missing 2 promo cards and one of the little expansions. I had everything else. And then I got rid of all this stuff when I moved down here, as you guys know. And now I thought, well, there's no sense in buying all the old crap. Let me get the new 3rd edition, which is a total piece of crap. So now I got to go back and go to Noble Knight or something and wait for a collection to come back up. So.
But it's like with the normal.
Looks like we're gonna have to ban Jay for a little while.
Yeah, no, I've not mentioned it before that.
So,
I think I've actually gotten to the point. I have to catch myself because I'm like, what is it? The dark, whatever the Normandy that's the GMT that's
I've got that comic. Yeah,
I like. Oh, I should get that. I'm like, I won't play it. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it.
Everything eventually.
I've got Normandy 44, and I'm more than happy with that. And I like that system. I like the Zachman system. I've got 2 games in on that. Love it. I don't need the Dark Normandy or whatever the Dark, not the Dark Valley. I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember it. But
yeah, but I intentionally.
Yeah, it's the Dark Valley Normandy. Yeah,
I'm done with that.
I haven't got any, so that would be my first sort of Normandy game, if you like. And I want to try Ted Racer Dark series.
I got the East Front one. You want that?
Huh?
I got the East Front one that just came out. You want that?
Yeah, but it's going to cost. Greg sent me this. It cost him a mortgage, to send it over here. Just a T-shirt. It's going to cost. I can't put you through that. All right.
Well, I mean, you and Blue Tweezers were having your live stream last week. We got to discussing games and stuff, and so you had said something like, "Oh, good God, you got like 20 games on P500 or something like that."
I did say no, I didn't.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute, let me go check. So I went and checked, and I went and checked, and I'm like, counted them all up, and I'm like, I have 31 games on P500 order. I'm like, how did I get 31 games on P500 order?
Because you go click, like me, you go, oh, click. Ooh,
it doesn't make any sense. Why? Because it's not the missing out. It's like, I'm afraid like we'll get a game and then you guys will be like, oh, you should get this. And then I won't be able to get it. Just like I got the Shadows of Brimstone down there. I got all 3 of the core boxes because you can't get the core boxes anymore. They're out of stock. You can't get them anymore. So I'm like, I better get them while I can, or I'm not going to get them because I'm.
But don't you think you'll like that game? I'm looking at it, and I've got the Otherworld expansion because I'm looking.
I think I love fantasy. I love Cthulhu. I love sci-fi. I think it's a great game. I just there's a lot of work that goes into this game as well to prep it and get it ready.
The problem is it's all the bloody models you have to paint, and
well, I mean, not only paint, but they literally come in like sheets.
Well,
you gotta cut them out, and then you gotta
put them together,
clean them together, and then you gotta paint them, and then you gotta So there's a lot of work.
If you don't like clipping counters, as I said last week, you won't like prepping minis. Because it's a lot of work.
It's crazy. 31 pre-orders. Go cancel some of those. We will hold your hand while you do
God knows how many I've got, Waldy. I tell you, it's frightening. Terrible.
God,
a lot of those now, to be honest, are on the haven't even made the list game yet. So I've got probably 5 or 10 of those are on the haven't even made the cut yet. Yeah. Like for example, here's we should probably talk about this one because I think we all are. I think Tony and I and maybe even Rob, Pacific War, right? So Pacific War is a game remade by GMT, and literally, it's almost got 3,000 pre-orders for it, and it's going to be like probably one of the biggest games of the year. And I played the Pacific War back when I actually had a table in an actual house, and I'm like, oh, I was excited. I got to get this, so I pre-ordered it. But I'm thinking, what in the hell are you going to do with this? But I can't cancel my pre-order. I mean, that would just be stupid because
you can sell
if I
it.
don't do anything with it and it sits here on my shelf for 10 years, I could probably sell it for twice what I bought it for. So
was that in my mind when I ordered it? No, but it is now.
a very large hex encounter game. Yeah, exactly.
There are some small
it
stuff.
It is mammoth in size, scale, and scope. Like something we will probably never see again for years.
I'm not wasting my money on it. I mean,
oh, you did? I thought you pre-ordered it.
No, I've ordered it.
It was you. Okay, it was you, Ruff. Okay, I knew one of you two had it, and it's like I can almost guarantee of the 3,000 people that have pre-ordered it, at least half of them are going to open the box and never do anything with it.
Well, what's his name? Chewy Matt did playthroughs of the old version of Pacific War. He seemed to get an all right. Some of the campaigns, I don't know if it's changed now with the new rules. Some of the campaigns have lots of hidden movements, so it's quite hard to play solo. But he was playing some of the smaller scenarios. So we'll see.
I'm the only reason I'm getting it is in 10 years I'm selling it to Wardrobe for 5 times what I bought it for. That's the only reason I'm getting it.
Yeah, and he'll buy it.
Somebody will in 10 years from now. Somebody will buy it because it'll be a classic.
As of right now, I have 28
pre-orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably go through and call it though.
They just freaking add that up because you're like, oh, this, and you read it, the description, and you go, yeah, okay, that sounds like something I like. And then before you know it, you just do a couple of time, and then you go back and look, and it's like, damn.
I mean, some of them are like I ordered a 3-inch box for my Labyrinth because I can't fit the third expansion into it. I think there's a couple mounted boards I have on there too. So they're not all like games, but yeah, there's like, and I'll go through and I'll call that eventually. Just
have you got anything on this one that's just been charged?
Yeah, I got 2 of the 4.
I've got 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I got 2 of the 4.
No.
I've got, is it Storm Above the Reich and the Ted Racer one?
Yeah.
No,
I got Storm Above the Reich and the Dark Summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
No, I don't have those.
I'm dreading Panzer coming out because I've ordered all the bloody expansions as well. How did they all come out at the same time?
I got the first one. I got the base game, and I want to see how it goes before I go any farther with that.
Panzer. Mm-hmm. But I thought I'd get them because click. So it's
Well, that's what Mo was saying. It's the FOMO for war games is huge because all of a sudden they're OOP.
Yeah,
they're out of print.
They are. It's one of those things. If you don't war games, because they don't print 10,000 copies.
No, if you're not going to get it, you're going to have to wait.
If you're not in at the literally Miniature Market or any of those resellers online, right? They order probably 10 to 20 or 30 copies, whatever they order, right? And they get them in, and you will see their stock go down, and then they'll be out. Literally out within a month after the game's released.
And we don't have anything like that over here, like you have over there. We have Second Chance Games, and they do second-hand games, but they don't get them. So you've got to get them, haven't you? And I want Panzer and MBT as well. So I hope they all come in at the same time. Otherwise, I will be asking for donations.
Well,
For
here's
a
the
new
other thing
house.
that people forget is let's just go ballpark. Pacific War comes in, I'm excited. I spend all the time counter clipping it. I get all the maps and I just lay it down here on my floor and I get it all set up and I play it. And it takes 4 months to play and have the best time ever. Well, while I'm doing this, that's 4 months worth of games that I collected that never got played while I was playing this one game.
Or videos you're not making.
Or videos that I don't make or
YouTube.
whatever. Right? So I'm playing this game and it's taking up most of my time. Maybe I do a video here or there and everything, but I'm also still getting other things coming in. I'm also doing that. And these bigger, more expensive games take a lot more time to play. And then all of a sudden you're behind the 8 ball. I think we started this year off with our top 10 list of games we're going to play. And I've got 2 so far, and it's now May, and we're at the end of this month. We'll be halfway through the year. So yeah, and I've got 2 of my 10. So everything gets put off later and later, but we just keep getting more and more stuff.
Well, that's why I've decided to put a hold on for now, because I know we all love a new game, don't we? We love getting the shrink wrap off and opening the box. Yeah, we do, don't we? And out and go.
Oh my God! I think that broke my desk.
Oh dear. But yeah, I've decided, because also I've got the P500s coming in. Hopefully, 2 of them. Hopefully, sometime this month. And as I said to you, I've got a couple of games coming in, kindly donated by a subscriber, and another game from a designer in Germany. I don't need to order anything. I've got just stuff that I need to play. So unless something comes in that I think, oh yeah, I tell you what I'm having trouble with though, and if you can give me advice about counter clipping, is I'm having trouble counter clipping Atlantic Chase. Have you got any sort of hints and tips for that? No. It's wooden.
You're not supposed to clip the wooden bits.
Wooden bits. You've got to explain it. Dear Lord.
A saw, Rob. It's called a saw.
You need to buy a router.
I despair. I try and input a little bit of,
Sorry, Ruff.
a little bit of laughter and joviality into the stream, and what I get is a sort of carry on.
My God.
Carry on.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
No, but seriously, because I've got stuff coming in, and I've got tons of stuff.
So here's the subject. Here's the subject for next week.
Okay.
And everyone at home can participate in this. All right. The world is automatically now going into an economic crisis, and everyone needs to sell everything they have, which means you can only keep 10 board games.
Oh, I hate you.
All you can keep is 10 board games. So next week, we're going to talk about the 10 games that we're going to keep. And everything else is gone. You will never get it back. It is gone permanently. They're going to bury it in the bottom of the ocean, and you will never see it again. So you can only play these 10 games for the rest of your life because they're not coming out with any more games. So it has to be a game in your collection currently. So not on a P500 or anything like that. You have to own it. You have to play this for the rest of your life, and you will never get any more games ever. So you have to come up with 10, and we're going to have the big countdown. And everyone, when we do our top 10, when we do number 10, everyone in the chat will also put in their number 10.
Make it
do you
5.
Understand the rules?
I do. Make it 5.
I see Tony's brain already thinking.
Yeah.
I already know one.
No, you
Oh,
can't
man.
say a series. It is a specific
Right. One box. One
if
box.
I go D-Day
I know that's not going to be
at
on
Omaha Beach, that does not include the series. It only includes this game. What is inside this box is the only thing you can get.
Is it?
You can't
Is
just
it-
say, "Oh, I'm going to keep my OCS series." That
Yeah,
does
no.
not count.
Is it just war games or just any games? Ah, I'll let you think about that.
I will say, because this is a wargaming show, we should probably focus
Okay,
in on
fair
wargaming.
I just want to know, so I'm going to make me list.
If I only could get 10 games, there might only be 1 or 2 that are war games.
no, there'll be loads of them.
So let's just say war games that you own, you have to physically own it. It's not a series. You only get what's in the box. You will not get
Expansion.
any more games, and you can only play these 10. So you can't be sick of this game 10 years from now because you're going to own it and it's going to be in your hands, and that's the only 10 you can play.
No expansions.
No expansions.
Mike's asking about expansions.
No expansions.
Right.
You own one game. Expansions don't count. Now, if you want to say, let's say I choose Old School Tactical as one of my games, I could then choose Old School Tactical, one of the expansions, to be part of that. But it's going to count. It's going to take up 2 of your spots. It's going to take up 2 of your spots. It's not one game for OCS plus the expansion. Each box counts as a spot. Does everyone understand?
What about packs of cards?
What about packs of cards?
Expansion packs.
You can add whatever you want. Each expansion pack costs you a spot.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Anything you add costs a spot.
I'm just clarifying it for the for the great unwashed in the chat there.
Okay. Everything, every box, every expansion, whether it's just a deck of cards, whatever. You only have
So
10
you
games.
have one game.
And the thing is, you can never get any more games. So no more games.
Oh, that's good. He's gone quiet. Has he gone quiet with you?
Yeah, his mute.
Oh,
he
great.
has no volume. We can't hear you.
That's good.
That was perfect.
Oh.
So it's a game you can't just play once because you're only going to have 10 for the rest of your life to play. So if you include, say, Warfighter with expansion 1, expansion 2, expansion 3, expansion 4, I don't want to hear in a year you're sick of Warfighter because you have used up 5 of your spots for that one game, and you only have that game. You're not going to gain more games.
The problem is, see, as Mo says there, he's got Next War, Lock and Load Tactical. I haven't played them properly yet. So it's going to be a difficult choice. Will I like the game even though I haven't played it yet?
But Lock and Load Tactical is not a box. It's not a box. You have to be specific on what you're getting.
Which box?
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm getting Lock and Load Tactical," because that could be anything. That could be just the rule book. That could be Heroes of Normandy. That could be Heroes of North Africa. That could be. You have to be specific on what you get.
Okie dokie.
So everyone, next week, top 10. We're going to do the countdown. When we do top 10, we'll ask the chat.
Are we going?
And what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to write all these down. Maybe Tony, that'll be your job. Tony's going to write them down, and we're going to compile a list, and we're going to post it afterwards on our Facebook group and our ComSim World group on everyone's final. We're going to call this the final 10 war games of your life. That's going to be the name of it.
Now,
the final 10 games.
Now, apps. So if I picked U-Boot Do I include the app and the award-winning map?
Shut up, Ruff.
All right.
Sorry, had to get in there. Had to stop it before it starts.
I need.
My teacher mode kicked in right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I went all sort of. Oh, sorry, sir.
All right, we got about 2 minutes to wrap up. Don't forget, tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, part 2 of Wolfpack. Tony, what do you got coming up this week?
I'm going to finish up Mrs. Thatcher's War. I'm going to get that done this week.
Anything
That's
else?
going to be, that's enough.
it?
I've got enough on that.
All right, Ruff, what do you got coming up?
I'm hoping to get back to D-Day at Peleliu now. I'm feeling a little bit better. So hope that works out. And waiting for lots of comments to say you should have done this, Ruff. But yeah, it's great. I'm enjoying it.
Beautiful. All right, we will see everyone tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. for part 2 of Wolfpack. Don't
Hey,
forget.
wait, I got something else. We're going to do Wolfpack tomorrow at 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea.
I forgot. I got to
No, hold on. No. We're doing Wolfpack at 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah,
Let's get it right.
The last 10 war games of your life. Each box counts as a spot. You need to include no series. It has to be a box. And we want to see the boxes, so get your boxes ready.
Okay.
All right. We'll see everyone next week. Until
Bye,
then,
guys.
everyone have
Thanks,
a good night.
everybody.